Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I created Magic and Miracles with one purpose only: to help individuals all across the world with all walks of life to achieve their manifestation goals and dreams. I believe that it's important to achieve your every wish and goal, however unfathomable it seems to you right now. And it's my job and duty to take people through this process of self rediscovery and self acknowledgement by quantum leaping them to the higher timeline where they ultimately belong. The process of the coaching with me is very meticulous, is very thorough. I pride myself in this process. I've designed this coaching program specifically for the YouTube audience. I've been on YouTube for 3 years, a coach for 10 years. And let me tell you, if you just follow the steps of this coaching program, 2 to 3 months on average is enough. You will inevitably succeed. Just listen to my guidance and understand that each step of the process is just as important as you manifesting. First, we address the mama drama panorama, what has happened thus far, the kinds of situations and the cycles that have played out in your life. We need to part with that timeline. And for that reason, we process emotions associated with the past scenarios, the past incidents, whatever has you trapped in this mentality of the universe is not on my side. All right. Once we process the emotions, there might be a little bit of turbulence, there might be tears, there might be old anger coming up, but understand that this is all for your benefit so that you can create better, so that you can yourself become lighter. And we'll talk about this today because, listen, telepathy and thought transmission has everything to do with you being a clean canvas yourself. Okay, so this is primarily, if I'm being completely honest and truthful, what I work on with my clients, because the rest is easy. It's relatively easy. I can definitely, provide all the support and guidance and give you the toolbox of my ever so meticulously constructed and crafted methods that work every single time, and definitely just practically what works. Okay, there's a lot of things that just don't work in manifestation, like endlessly affirming things. Okay, it doesn't bring shit into existence, your consciousness does. So that's where the work is at. But essentially, I also teach you energy work, something no coach, okay, on planet Earth does the way I do. And like a child can understand this. And if you apply it daily, I mean, the things that I will give you, you also have to apply them on your own, in your own life. That part is on you. So you have to show up to coaching ready to rock and roll. You have to do all the homework, right? I give you assignments at the end of the session. Each session is recorded so you can rewatch it or re-listen to it, however you do it. And then kind of like you walk away with all these sessions. We meet 3 times per week, but also in between you have access to me. So if you have an emergency thing, like right now I'm coming on live like an hour later because I had a client with an emergency call. Like these things are okay. The things that I don't tolerate are in my coaching agreement. They're all very reasonable things. Trust me. It's just the accumulation of things that I've encountered on YouTube that I didn't really want to be a part of. But it's all very reasonable. You can bombard me in that sense. But on occasion, if you have an emergency and if I can accommodate it, that's, it comes with me. I really care about my clients and I really want to help. So there is a coaching agreement. If you want to be in coaching, you need to sign the coaching agreement by hand and you need to book the 1 hour session first. We discuss what it is that you need to work on. Usually it's SP, I understand, but I ask you a lot of questions about your background, about the situation at hand. And in that very session, I will give you guidance. I will give you a strategy. If you take it home, to the bank rather, and cash it in, you will succeed. Now, again, whether or not you take action on it, I mean, depends entirely up to you. Upon conclusion of that session, if we both decide to move forward, you're expected to book the signature coaching package. And again, I recommend 2 to 3 months in that package. All right. If you have any questions about booking anything, the other course I really highly recommend is the signature energy course. But again, this is an advanced course for somebody who's already like processed their mama drama panorama and basically is ready to rock and roll. It's still a lot of information that can be very helpful. Again, I don't know where you are in your journey, provided again you've somewhat processed. So that's another course. It's a do-it-yourself course. Does not include access to me. So you will have to book a session separately if you are in need of questions being answered, etc. So before we continue, whoever's here and whoever's later rewatching, big thumbs up and big subscribe, all right? So today we are discussing how to thought transmit to your SP. So in thinking about this live, I was really kind of like perplexed a little bit, but then again, not really, not in the sense of how I explain it, because one time I remember watching Meryl Streep's interview, one of her interviews. She was asked, did you ever think about teaching acting? And she said, I don't know that I would be a good teacher, because I would just show up and say, well, you kind of just do it. So the transmission to me before I came on YouTube was kind of like that answer. But since then, having spent 3 years on YouTube now, and it's a different audience of different levels. I'm used to working with a certain kind of other kind of client, shall we say, but different levels, people are on different journeys. And so I have the words to explain it, and we're going to go like step by step. So the number one thing to start with is that you have the library of all parallel realities, all parallel worlds, all the thought forms, all the ideas like present with you in the same room that you are in. They're not visible to you. It's not visible, it's not that. But by selecting it with your consciousness, by selecting it with your desire, with your energy, with your deliberate intention and attention, it becomes then, after some time, visible to you. So, in that sense, like telepathy is, I see it like this, right? You're sitting in the room, there's many versions of outcomes, many versions of SPs, many versions of everything, many versions of worlds. And by you sitting down and meditating and asking a simple question, okay, what is it that I want next? And I keep saying that people just sometimes don't even like establish that for themselves. Like they don't even take the time, and not doing it on purpose or anything, but kind of like it's useful to remind to yourself, like, what is it that I want? What reality do I want to live out? Okay, we're not preferring this reality. We're not preferring this SP version or whatever. Got it. But now let's shift the focus as fast as you can to something that you want. And again, I completely understand that there's drama mama panorama perhaps going on right now, and emotions may be high and you may be upset. Nevertheless, like, understand one thing that I really wanted to say, like the drama world is the never-ending world. Just like the blissful world is a never-ending blissful world, the drama world also is a never-ending drama world. So in other words, as upsetting as it may be to you right now, what you're experiencing, and again, one on one, I don't know your story, you know your story, so we can discuss. Understand that if you want to live out a different reality, different version of a person, you need to deliberately switch your attention and choose another parallel reality. And that's a form of thought transmission, because you cannot, the telepathy, it starts with you, right? If you want to affect telepathically anybody, you need to show up with a different program, a different script. I have an audio on my other predecessor channel. I forget what it's called, but it's something to the effect of how to flip the script on your SP, something to that effect, how to stop chasing, or all the reasons why, something to that effect. And the thing is, every single day that you show up to the theater of your world, you are showing up with a script. So if you don't like what you see, it's a very useful exercise in the morning to deliberately choose the kind of parallel world you're going to be a part of that day and going forward. Okay. So your thought transmissions are just as good as you are, meaning your energy is going to outpour into the quantum field with your decision and with your intention and with your energy once more. In other words, if I am really pissed off, it's my job to work on that, not expect somebody else to come and fix it. I'm pissed off. I'm having a reaction towards this old world. Well, all right, I can stay pissed off or I can alchemize it, learn my lessons, and then transfer myself into the parallel reality where even this bullshit shit that happened somehow serves me. So in that sense, I'm no longer pissed off because it served me. This is how you alchemize shit. And then you're able to detach yourself from the old parallel reality, parallel world, and focus on the new world. This is important. Why? Because your canvas then is clean. You're operating with good intentions only. It doesn't serve you to show up with anger. It doesn't serve you to show up with anything else but benevolence. Why? Because your manifestation, they will be full of this energy. The kind of version of the person that's going to show up is going to entirely depend on what kind of energy you are basically pouring out into the quantum field. Okay, so you're the artist of this painting, as I've said for many years, for 3 years. Okay, not many years, but for 3 years for sure on YouTube, publicly. You're the artist of your reality and you're painting this painting. So now imagine you're showing up with some kind of dark paints, okay, like really heavy duty shit. What kind of painting do you expect yourself to paint that day? I think you should, like sometimes just stay in bed. Okay, stay in bed until you feel better or fish yourself out of it, as I've mentioned in the double slit experiment audio. Don't make any decisions, don't make any thought transmissions, don't react to anything until you're in that energy. Otherwise, you're useless to your manifestations. So, all the drama mama panorama has to stay in the old world. Now, the only exclusion that, as you guys all know, and if you don't know, here it is, I make that if the person was abusive to you. Okay, there's a lesson in everything, even in the abusive person, even in the mama, in everything, there's a lesson. And in that sense, you really do need to learn even from that. But this does not apply to this person. I think my opinion and my advice, having lived through physical and emotional and all sorts of abuse, in relationships, you should run as fast as possible and you should heal and you should understand why you're creating that and set yourself on the right path of the golden Buddha status, which I talk about endlessly, which means the ultimate version of you. The ultimate version of you would never put up with abuse. That's the reality of things. No matter how much love you missed out on in your childhood, this is not the answer for you. Okay, that you're repeating a cycle, that you're not getting something from a person who is abusing you and you had abused before and it's a mirror image. That's the story that you need to unpack and realize this is not worth your time anymore and you really belong in a healthy relationship. Okay, side note here. So sorry, I have my notes in front of me, so I'm going to be reading um sometimes. Um, the idea with the thought transmission to your SP, if you're really serious about revolutionizing your relationship, it needs to start from scratch. So back to factory settings you go. Okay, it cannot contain any of the mama drum panorama pissed offness and this and that if you want to paint anew. So whatever happened between you and this person need to be processed. You yourself need to show up with better energy unless, like I said, they were abusive towards you. So here are the steps because I know you guys want that. Before I continue, I want to say this. If you're looking at the same situation, right? This is what you ultimately want to achieve and this is how telepathy works the best, right? If you're looking at the same situation and you're no longer triggered and you're able to detach yourself from it and superimpose your preferred outcome, preferred version, preferred event, and disregard and not be triggered by what's going on the outside, you're ready to quantum leap. This is what you want. If you're still triggered, if you're still pissed off, like you're just not ready. And any telepathy that you send to this person is not going to be of a high quality, and you're looking for high quality vibration, for high quality manifestation. That's what you ultimately want. Only high end shit. Okay, only Bergdorf. So um another question I had for you: do you contract, do you shy away when you're thinking about them the way you would rather think about them? This is a question to ask of yourself. Is it easy for me to imagine to get this SP to be how I want them to be? If there is this contraction, shying away, I don't think so. This kind of like rejection, you need to explore why that is. Again, and each situation will be different. Why you're contracting, why specifically for you there is this kind of like resistance. Okay, that there is a kind of resistance of imagining them. So that's something to definitely examine. So if yes, it's for you, again, as I've mentioned, to massage this new consciousness into it being normal. In other words, you're looking at something you really don't like. Detach yourself from it mentally in consciousness. If you can take a break from interacting with this person, even better. Compose yourself to be of a different energy, and then go to town to reproduce a different version of this person. Okay, so that's the new normal now. You know nothing about the other mumbo jumbo. This is the new normal, and you're going to insist upon it because now I'm assuming you've worked through your mama drum panorama. And so you're brave enough and courageous enough to ask the universe for the best. It doesn't seem so far fetched to you anymore. Okay, so here's how I do telepathy, which works every single fucking time. It's so easy, it's ridiculous. Like I said in the beginning, you kind of just do it. I mean, reality is this, like you're already doing it right now. You're doing it right now. What I'm pointing out is obvious. The way you're doing it, there's some dark paint mixed in with the flowery dreams of yours. This is what needs to be fixed, diluted, cleaned up, however you want to say it. Like, I see energy as like when you feel love, like, let's just imagine love is of color red, like you spreading love, red paint into the atmosphere. And everybody kind of like reacts to you in that way that day. But on a day where you feel gloomy, this is a very simplistic example. And let's just, again, it's color dark, there's darkness around, nobody's smiling at you. But if inside you don't say anything, but you're just vibrating love and appreciation, everybody seems to smile around you. You don't even need to smile. Like, I mean, you're not the one smiling first, let's just say, but you vibrating the smiling kind of like energy and vibration. Then the whole world smiles with you. It's like that song, when you're smiling. I told you I can't sing. Hold on one second. I gotta take a sip of my lemon water. Excuse me. So here's how I do it. It's so easy, guys. It's so easy. You're already doing it. You just need to learn how to do it like a precise magician. Like a precise magician. I mean, sometimes I do it. I wouldn't say unbeknownst to me because I'm thinking it, obviously, but involuntarily I'll think of somebody and here they are, they're already messaging me. So the number one would be to relax. When you're relaxed, you're happier. Your physiology, the brain chemistry, all of this matters. You're relaxed, you're relaxing into your dream. When you're stressed, when you're worried, dooba dooba doo, like bring yourself to a relaxation. You could do this in a bubble bath if you wanted to, wherever, okay? Sitting in your bed, wherever. Number two, think fondly of your SP and connect to the essence of that person. And this is what really works for me and works for a lot of other people. The essence of this person could be a scent. their voice, how they speak, the kind of mannerisms they have, maybe their phraseology, the way that they speak, okay, or something that you know that they like for example, in my life I have friends and acquaintances that the certain places remind me of them, or certain foods or whatever, and sometimes I focus on this something, and here they are, they're calling me, or they just replay their voice telling you something. Okay, it goes beyond imagination. You're connecting to their field, right? So if everybody's present in the invisible, right, you're not, you're alone in the room of your reality, and you're summoning these people, sort of like that. And some of these people, like I said, they come with lessons to learn, which is, I mean, just as valuable. But now let's do it on purpose towards your SP. And so you're summoning them by mimicking in your mind their essence, like making it a normal situation to hear from them. Oh, yeah, I get these text messages all the time. Or, oh, yeah, I'm going to hear from them any minute now. Or, oh, yeah, this is how they talk. And isn't that nice how they said this back then? Or is it that, think something fondly of them? Okay, don't go into these interactions of, I don't like you or I hate you. It's worse. That's what they're getting mentally, right? So if you want a good result, you need to think good thoughts about this person. Even if they fucked up and you're waiting for an apology, you still have to send good vibes towards them so that they can mimic your good vibe and come and be like, I'm really, really sorry. You're giving them vibrationally the opportunity to come and apologize to you. So the essence of this person, and again, it's so easy, it's so intricate, and it's going to be different for everybody, obviously, because each SP of yours. Hold on one second. Let me just make sure I have the comments here visible. Oh, hi, Lavender's Lysol. How you doing, darling? Yeah, that's what I wanted to make sure I see. Um, the essence of the person will be different from person to person, it's obvious, but it's so intricate and it's so specific that it makes it easy for you. Do you understand? Like every person is like a snowflake, and so it becomes a lot easier to focus on their essence because they're unlike anybody else. I think you understand. I really do. So just bring them. Another one would be, oh, that's super powerful. Bring them in as a hologram in your mind. Obviously, they're not here, but you imagine them as a hologram and you have conversations with them, not just in your mind. That helps. But to have entire conversations, like pretending they're here, and you're just casually carrying on the conversation, like, yeah, that, let's just say you're waiting for an apology. That wasn't right what you did. When are you going to apologize to me? But I'm getting ahead of myself with the steps, but it all kind of blends in well together at the end. Have a dialogue, a conversation. Know in that moment that you're very much conversing with their consciousness. Okay, all is mind, and there's only one mind in your universe. There's only your mind. And so, in fact, you're interacting with your own mind. We're all playing this theater with ourselves. At the end of it all, it's just kind of like you wake up from this dream and you're like, wow, that was a nice dream. So, but the thing is, this person is available to have a conversation with you anytime you want. How you approach this person, even if they've done you wrong, is all the difference in the world, the kind of result you will get from them. In the same manner, you can convert somebody who was against you, provided you want to, provided there's something to be salvaged, to convert them into your friend, to convert them into your lover now. I mean, whatever. Before they used to hate you. I certainly have examples like that in my life, in my professional life, where I wanted for somebody to be on my side. And I did that, and very kind of like diligently and in a disciplined way. And you would not believe the kind of miracles that happen this way. You would not believe. And so I know anything is possible, especially when it comes to the affairs of the heart. If it's possible in business, it's possible in the romantic life. Of course it is. Because uh, you're more involved. It's more intimate. There's more at stake, but don't be desperate about it. Like, understand, this person's field, emotional field, thought field, more intimately than the person, let's just say, who you work with. right? So then choose only the good to focus about this person. And again, I just want to emphasize, it is not that I don't understand that it is hard to do what I'm describing. Okay? But that's how you get results. That's how you get mastery. Okay, to turn anybody into whoever you want to turn them into. But has to be worth your time. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just explaining how to do it. Now it's up to you, the artist of your reality, to pick and choose like who you want to do it with and how. The only requisite, okay, is that you do it benevolently. Don't ever throw shit out there that you don't want to return to you. It's just so simple. I think you guys know this. Okay, so after you've connected with their essence and you feel them here, it's so vivid with you that you can almost smell them. Have you ever had it ever happen to you? I'll think of somebody and I can smell them. But this nobody sprayed any perfume, nobody sprayed any cologne. It's just in my nose. It's like I'm connecting with them telepathically. And I can listen, you can read people's minds, people's intentions, and I think this is a skill, maybe for advanced, maybe not. I mean, maybe you're already there, where the universe will entitle you to thoughts and intentions of people to warn you, to give you information like, hey, watch out. Hey, you should know this. Like, you privy to this information because, again, provided you're benevolent, you're not hurting anybody, you can have access to the library of anybody's thoughts. If you're benevolent, you have the keys to everything. That's how the universe trusts you more and more and more. So, in a sense, like you see how getting rid of the anger and the resentment and all this kind of bullshit, even if the other person did you wrong, is you're doing it for you. You're doing it for you because you want to have a better life. Even if you don't want that person back, who gives a shit? Even more so of a reason to part with that bullshit. So it doesn't color your manifestations going forward. Okay. Well, let me read what Lavender's Lysol wrote. Hi, sweetie. Doing good. You're doing fabulous. Thank you for asking. Yes, his deodorant. Yes, yes. Things like that. His deodorant, or I mean, you'll just see things that is you're gonna laugh like, oh, I was just thinking about this person. Look at the food that they specifically request all the time when we go out, or something like that. Or look at the movie that, or the poster, or the whatever. Like, this is them talking to me telepathically. Now I've made contact with them and then talking back at me. It's all connected. The universe has no fucking secrets, but use it to your advantage. So this library will be open to you. You can access anybody's consciousness, provided you're benevolent. Okay. And when I say this, like part of the choices for today's topic was black magic versus white magic, and I'm not gonna go into the full situation now. But what I want to say, I think it's obvious. Black magic is when you end up hurting yourself by wishing other people ill. Not that you couldn't hurt somebody temporarily, in that sense, the universe always gives you this opportunity upon opportunity to reconsider and change your mind. But if you continue, I mean, obviously, it will return to you. And that person who you kind of like wanted to harm will be completely untouched. And as I've mentioned, things that you so-called thought you done to them, they will be able to alchemize them and make gold out of it. All right. So just go into this situation benevolent always. You will have so much more power. And benevolence just means leaving behind the shit that you don't want to be a part of your world anymore. You're benevolent towards yourself. You're not holding any grudges. You're not part of that story anymore. Okay. So number three is very important. You're thinking about this person, but now put an aura of being wanted and sought after by this person. Maybe not just by this person, but by people of the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever it is you prefer. In general, you are being sought after. You are being wanted. So it's not just like, okay, I'm accessing your consciousness, I'm sending you a telepathic message or telepathic command, and I'm just like, whatever here. No, no, I'm accessing your consciousness and I'm inviting myself as somebody who you're dying to hear from. You want to talk to me. This is the kind of aura I'm coming in with. Now, this again, I work in coaching with, right? So, and again, you cannot fake this. You're coming in with confidence. You're coming in with, I am confident enough to commend something here because I know my energy. I'm speaking for you. I'm coming in with benevolence. I only mean well. I want something good to happen here, a fantastic co creation. And so I'm inviting myself, though, as a wanted person, no longer the person from before. Okay, we left that behind. But now I'm inviting myself as a person who you, my SP, can wait to hear from, or can wait to do this for me, or can wait to change your mind about this, or dooba 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 doo. Okay, in other words, SP, you care very much about me. It's not the same shit as before. You really want to talk to me. You really, really, you think I'm the only one kind of situation. So that's really important. And then number four is state your command to them clearly. State your command to them with your words, but also with your energy. So the command can go out, yes, verbally. You can write it out and say, I don't know, something simple like, you're going to call me finally. You're going to finally apologize. It's my command. Now, when I say command, it's like your confidence, all of your good energy, all of your goodwill, okay, towards this person, all of the divinely orchestrated energy that you can sense in a room with you. When you're doing something like this, you're making a very important decision, okay? And don't do it lightly if you're just playing around with it because it's going to happen. So I'm only teaching this, going on the assumption that you're serious about this person. Okay. So you're making this command. You're going to call me. I'm going in with the confidence and you're going to call me. This is my command towards you. And with energy, I'm placing my energy there like I'm not begging, I'm declaring that you are going to call me. And see, I'm saying these words, but words are sometimes very tricky. So it's not a petition, okay, as Neville said in one of his audios. I remember that precisely. It's kind of like it's a command. We're doing this shit. All right. You're calling me. I finally got off my ass. I decided. I centered myself. I centered my energy, and I have decided, and I'm commanding you, my darling SP, to finally fucking call me. And these are the things that you're going to say to me. This is the kind of energy I'm sending, not an arrogant energy, but kind of like really confident. We're making this happen. It's kind of like I described it in my previous audios on my other channel as a butter cutter. You need to start making decisions like a hot knife cuts through the butter. Nothing's going to happen until you start commanding the other person. The other person, again, can hear you. So, telepathically instructing them. Spend some time on this process. Again, sometimes people just don't spend time on deciding, like, what the fuck do you want? Really, what do you want? Specifically, what would make you happy? Be specific about it. If it's a date, where you want to go, what kind of flowers, what kind of restaurant, all of these things down to the minutest detail you can make happen. You're literally the writer of this story. There's nothing short of it. You're going to completely orchestrate this. So don't be pissed off if it's not happening right now. Just understand your energy needs to come in so bold. Again, not in an arrogant way, not in a narcissistic, but I'm confidently commanding you, my SP. I wasn't doing that before, but now that I've made up my mind, you see, the only mind that you need to convince is yours. You were the only one who needed to make up your mind for them to come forward towards you. Okay, before they didn't have an authorization, let's just say. Maybe you were pissed off. And again, anger, resentment pushes people away. Yes, even if they've done fucked up shit or maybe fucked up in front of you, this, that, and the other. That you're angry with them only holds you in the angry world and doesn't give them the opportunity to change and make amends with you. Unless it's a catastrophic case, you know what I mean? Then it doesn't apply. Okay, so Sending this intention, and again, in coaching, I go into detail how to do this. To send this powerful intention, you have to know what kind of energy you're sending, right? Being honest with yourself in the process, like, really, what am I sending right now? Am I sending confidence? Am I sending this is a done deal? Am I sending I'm expecting this shit? Or am I sending it like, I'm not sure. Maybe it will work, maybe it won't. No, 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 no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking like I'm fucking sending this shit and it's gonna work because this is how fucking powerful I am. I'm already powerful. I'm speaking for you, and because I hear these stories in my coaching all the time. I've been powerful against myself before you can say. Now I'm choosing to work for myself. That's the whole difference. Figure out where you are contradicting yourself and start working for yourself, not against yourself. That's it. That you've done it for a certain amount of years before, that's fine, but nobody cares. You can start changing your mind right now. Okay, you can become a different person, or at the very least, start becoming a different person with a different kind of energy overnight by decision alone. You're not giving this SP anymore, like, maybe. No, 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 no fucking maybes, man. No, no, we need decisions, darling. I love this movie, Vanilla Sky, if you've ever watched it, for so many different reasons. I think it's metaphysical, and the different layers for me. I love these, like, movies, books that make you think. And in Vanilla Sky, Tom Cruise is starring with Penelope Cruz. He's, the heir to the magazine, in the movie, and one of his assistants tells him, David, decisions are necessary, darling. And I want to say this to you, like, if you don't like something in your life, decisions are necessary. It's because you haven't made the right decision. Okay, the decision, it needs to come from you, not from your SP. Don't ever wait for somebody else to come and save you. You're going to save yourself by starting to command. Again, I want to underline 300 million times, not in an arrogant, not in a disrespectful, not in a narcissistic way, not hurting somebody, but actually being responsible and on purpose with your manifestation so that you can be of benefit to yourself and the world and show others, look how easy this is. You don't need to suffer. You can just become the golden Buddha of your life, right? Okay, so number, where were we? Number 5, send the intention and know that you've sent it out. Not like, again, not like, oh, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. No, the energy went out. It's powerful. Energy is powerful as fuck. The energy went out. The energy is now with your SP. They will have no choice but to oblige. Okay? Send the energy and relax. Now, if you cannot achieve this the first time around, and again, I teach this like meticulously in coaching, do it again, and maybe do it until you feel at peace. Okay, but don't stress yourself out if you're sending out an intention and nothing happens. Again, honesty here comes in very powerfully because your energy doesn't lie. Again, if you're lukewarm about it, you're indecisive, you don't quite know how it feels, or you can't bring yourself yet to feel good about the situation, then be honest about it and wait until your energy is so powerful. It's going to overpower any other problem that has been between you, and it's going to color the new world that you're going to step into with this energy of hope, of enthusiasm, of inspiration to create a new relationship with this person. Because let's face it, the reason you don't up until now is because you, sorry, but have been a lousy painter. You weren't choosing emotions so meticulously, no fault of your own. Maybe you were not so aware. But now that you are choosing emotions purposefully and then sending it out towards people, that is the name of the game. You send out for the majority. Listen, 100% of the time is impossible. Okay, once in a blue moon, the old thought will creep in. Oh, but remember what they did and remember what they said. Okay, that's part of the old world. But for the majority of the time, you need to be with the new creation and insist on it. Okay, so 5, send the intention. and relax and repeat later if it didn't sink in with you. Maybe the first time around it didn't sink in. And so, again, be honest with yourself. When it really will click in, you will feel it. You'll be like, ah, it just went out. I just received like the inner confirmation that they've just received my energy. I'm laughing because it works so fucking powerfully. And you will know when they've just received your powerful, they're receiving everything. But when they receive your powerful energy, your powerful instruction, oh, you will feel it. You will feel it. Then the more you meditate, I can't stress enough, meditation is a must, darlings. If you Everybody meditates differently. There's no like right wrong way, but you got to have a ritual, so to speak, in the morning to calm your mind and to have some guidance from your higher self and to be more attuned to the invisible rather than the visible. This is how you rule your world. All right. So number six, then keep it fixed in your mind. So every time you're thinking about this person, now that you've sent out this powerful thought transmission, and you need to write it out. If you want to expect results, you need to write it out specifically and insist, like, this is what's happening. And I can feel it with every fiber of my being. Now, again, in each situation, it will be different. It needs to excite you. Needless to say, it cannot be so blasé, like, ugh, I don't care. No, no, it needs to excite you. You really need to be looking forward towards it. You really need to feel it within your body. This is what the universe operates from within your energy, within your body, rather. There's reservoirs of untapped potential because you have unlimited energy. Okay, when you pass away from this body, it's just energy. So you have this unlimited energy that you can kind of like transmute and alchemize and do whatever the fuck you want with. What are you doing with this energy? How potent is your energy? How clear? How purified? That's again what will inform and dictate the kind of quality of manifestations that you will incur in your life. So keep it fixed in your mind, all right? No matter what. Just start this experiment as soon as today. Just focus on somebody with deliberate precision. No, I'm changing them to this. They used to be this, but now you have to buy into this. Cannot just be like, oh my God, I'm just gonna disregard all the shit that they've done, not go through forgiveness, and just kind of like plaster it. It doesn't work that way. You need to first forgive again, release the mama drama panorama, and then embark on this new creation. But you get it. So, number six, keep it fixed in your mind. Number seven, do not, and I mean do not negotiate with fears and doubts. This is a road to nowhere. If you're going to start inviting this conversation, they're going to suck you in. Eventually, you will become strong enough that even the first kind of whatever whisper of doubts and fears, you'll be like, shush, please. You will treat them like toxic people. All of you have had toxic or have now toxic people who everything that comes out of their mouth is fucking garbage, all right, or just something unpleasurable. That's doubts and fears. Just be like, shush, you're not welcome to my world anymore. I'm not negotiating with you. You're here to cause trouble. Basta ka basta kind of situation. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. And the more you refuse to entertain your doubts and fears, which you can explore in coaching, and it's very useful and I highly recommend. But when it comes time, okay, it's showtime and it's time to manifest something very powerfully, you just simply don't have time for that. So if you want to put it on pause, okay, just if you kind of like starting out and then work on them, try that out. Nevertheless, parenthesis here, you will still need to deal with those fears and doubts. But if you're in a kind of like jam and you need to start manifesting fast, just like fuck off. Fears and doubts, not right now, not ever, but especially not right now. I'm in the middle of manifesting something really powerful. And again, as I've mentioned in my double slit experiment audio, when you have literal evidence that this person now texted you, but verbatim what you described in your script or on your index card, you will, I don't even know how to say it, you will laugh in your fears and doubts face for the rest of your life because you will understand your mind was jam packed with bullshit that, you know what, reality is you'll never forget. Can you be stronger than the shed and can you ignore it? Okay, just like I described. Absolutely. Can it stop informing your energy? Yes. Can it stop informing your decisions? Can it stop informing your self-esteem? Yes, 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 yes. Does it all like altogether go away and your mind is free of doubts and fears forever? No, it doesn't exist. It's how you control it. You keep it to the fucking minimum. Okay, and that's what it all comes down to. You are the boss of your story, of your show. This is how it's going to go from now on. So, this is your eternal power. Use it wisely. You can thought transmit yourself into a parallel timeline, thought transmit yourself into the event that's going to happen. You can thought transmit anything into everything. This is how, again, telepathy happens. This is how you maneuver everything. Okay, notice I didn't say manipulate, maneuver. Alchemize. What do I want to construct? I'm being artistic here. I'm not being desperate. I know my power and I'm going to exercise it benevolently. Do you know the kind of, again, miracles that you can create in this way in your world when you allow yourself to be human, but at the same time you thrive for the divine, I don't even know how to say, the divine altitude at which you should always be creating from. Like this connection with the higher self, and you can call them angels, you can call them the other side. I don't know, whatever you want to create it, the universe, just that frequency, that godlike frequency. I call it God state in my coaching. All right. This is the frequency from which, like, this is where you belong. Before you were born to this earth, that's your home. And you want to call it heaven, whatever. You have a piece of you here. Use that. Use that to turbocharge your manifestations. That's the only way I can explain it. Okay. Any questions thus far? Guys, big thumbs up and big subscribe. All right. Let's spread the word. To everybody, let's bring this channel up back up to speed where it should be. Excuse me. Any questions? All right. Let me just keep going. Source inspirations at the highest level. Okay, highest energy, whatever it is for you, your mood board, your inspirations, they should really lift your spirit. And I go into that again in coaching. I know you kind of like maybe tired of hearing it, but that's the reality. Everybody's different. Source inspirations at the highest level. The highest level. What is the highest frequency? Give these examples all the time. For example, Mozart. Mozart's music contains the highest frequency for me. I don't know what the fuck it was about this genius, but he was a genius for a reason. Every single composition, with the exception of Requiem, and still, Requiem is fucking amazing as fuck. I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about it. Exquisite. To create on that frequency, that's the genius frequency. And his music, his channeling of the music translated into that. And that's how he was creating. You belong on the godlike frequency. From there, everything is fun, everything is clear, everything is possible. You feel all powerful. It's another level of game. Okay. And this is very much a game, and you're here to master it. In each circumstance, whatever your circumstance is right now, you need to have a plan. What is it that you want, the kind of outcome? Don't just, again, don't be lazy about it. Don't expect somebody else to know, or to expect them to know, or to take action that you want them without putting in the work. Okay. So in each circumstance, the plan, it has to come from you. What is it that you're expecting from this relationship? Needs to come from you, your decisions. That other person does not have any free will. They're a willing participant if you let them be a participant in your story. They're just an actor. You do need to assign a certain outcome. That you're not doing it right now might be the whole trouble with you right now. Maybe you don't think that you can decide. Maybe it's like you feeling, some people say, I'm overstepping somebody's free will. There is no such thing. Again, as long as you're being benevolent, there is no such thing as overstepping anybody's free will. There's a parallel version of this person who's already in agreement with whatever you decide. So it doesn't matter. All right, let me answer. Oops, I almost pressed something I shouldn't have. Sorry. Technologically becoming savvier and savvier. Lavender's Lysol says, "This is enlightening and incredibly helpful. I'm very glad it is. As for questions, when bringing NSP, circumstances do not matter, but what if third party is a family member?" Okay. Um, should I thought transmit to them, this has happened, my perspective that maybe I should try. I haven't thought transmitted only to SP, become more secure in deciding. Well, it doesn't matter who the third party is, a family member, a friend. So remember, with the third party, this is the prevalent mistake that men and women make alike, is that you're placing so much import. It doesn't matter if they're a family member. That's number one. You're placing so much importance on the third party, you're forgetting all about yourself. You're kind of saying they're more important, and so they remain more important. The best way to get rid of the third party is take all of the attention away from them and place it on you. They will disappear like that. You right now, you're giving them credibility, you're giving them importance, you're giving them whatever. They're operating from your energy. Cut the fucking energy, they disappear. Simple like that. So in this case, I would do it the energetic transfer. Like, remember, we discussed this last live, like when you point the energy arrows directly back to you instead of doing this outwardly positioning your energy, put it back to you. Put the energy back to you and focus on yourself. I'm the most important person in his or her life. This third party is a mistake. It's some kind of a configuration of events that, I manifested not really thinking clearly, you should say. Okay. But the third party in particular, it's so funny. I was asked that just the other day by somebody in my coaching. You just take away the energy from them. You literally stop worrying about what they're doing, what they're saying, whoever it might be, it doesn't matter. They will go. And that should be your decision. But again, in the scenario of the third party, it cannot come from resentment. It's just a decision. It's kind of like cold-hearted business kind of deal. I really don't want you to be in my reality. That's my decision. So you're gonna go. You're gonna go just like I took away my attention from you. You're gone. That's my decision. Now, emulating this parallel reality where they're no longer there and you're no longer worried about that, that would be the key for you to jump into the parallel reality. And then you don't need to worry. Like, it's going to just play itself out naturally. Whatever needs to happen, don't wish that third party ill, not that you wouldn't, but not that you would, sorry, I misspoke, but it'll just naturally happen. Something will arise. Maybe they will have a disagreement. Dooba dooba doo. It's none of your business. You want the guy, right? Or the girl, whatever it happens to be. That's all you're interested in. And therefore the attention should only be on you. Okay. I hope I really answered that. Okay. Any more questions? Now would be your chance. Let me just check my notes. Sorry, guys. Decide right now. Okay. Oh, this is apropos. Really quick. Decide right now that you're immune to the things you don't want and don't like. And so they don't come to you anymore. You're focusing only on good things. You can make a rule going forward once, let's just say you get rid of this third party. Like, there are no more third parties in my world. But for that, you need to lose the fascination with the third party. Some people really get carried away with the third party situation, really kind of missing the connection to this energy of, yes, I feel insecure. This is why the third party showed up. I felt insecure. I brought them about. And so this is your connection to their existence. Cut the insecurity, revert back to being a confident person, release that fascination with the third party being replaced, somebody better, ba ba ba, they exist no more. All right. Okay. Lavender's Lysol says, I had contact recently. Was like I was talking to two different people. He used their decision for us as a reason while crying, wanting to be with me. Okay, one second. Hi, Jenny. One second. Let me just finish reading this. Had contact recently was like I was talking to two different people. He used their decision for us as a reason while crying, wanting to be with me. Sounds good. Will do. Okay, I must say I don't entirely understand the situation, but it looks like, yeah, you got two different people, and one of the versions was crying. That's all you need to do. You need to focus on the version that you prefer. You want the crying version who really wants you and who really is dying to be with you. That's the version you superimpose on them. Okay, and I don't know the details. Apparently, there's something. Sounds like he needs to make it up to you. All right. So let him and superimpose that shit on him. It's so much fun for somebody, especially if you're a people pleaser, to suddenly start getting your way. Suddenly start getting your apologies, the treatment, etc. All you really need to do is be a little more secure, more confident, and understand you matter and your decisions matter. They play out all around you in your 360 bubble. You are a god of your reality. That's how important you are. There is nobody else. You're just with third parties, you're just manifesting them to teach yourself, honestly, just how powerful you are. That you can manifest a whole fucking person, all right, that's seemingly standing in your way. Just like you manifested them, you can take your attention away and only focus on the guy or the girl. They're only for me. There's what interference can there be when we're for each other? Nobody, but nobody, even the hottest fashion model or whatever can walk by and they wouldn't blink an eye because we're for each other. We have this divine connection that nobody can fuck with. When it's so registered in your mind, there will be no third parties. There just won't be. All right. Hi, Jenny. Jan says, I like Jenny. I know. If you visualize and send thought transmission to your SP, and you see the scenario in your dreams, is that a sign that you're reprogramming your subconscious mind, or in the reality you want is on the way? Yes, when it starts creeping in into your dream state, um, that's a really powerful sign. That's it. It's already like you're visiting that parallel reality in which it's already playing out, and the universe wants to inspire you. Like, see, feel this, because in the dream state, you obviously still witnessing the scenario, you still have feelings. It may not be the real reality from this point of view of having earthly experience, but the universe gives you the access to that feeling, like feel how this would feel. And I've had that happen to, obviously, many people have this reality, like, kind of like, how can I say, the preview of the world's coming attractions, as Einstein's quote is, imagination is the preview of world's coming attractions. I love that quote. Excuse me, let me reapply my lipstick. Mm, I want to look pretty for you guys. Lavender's Lysol is nodding. And recovering people pleaser. Yes, that's the whole thing, right? The people pleaser in you, we can spend another like hour on this, but basically the people pleaser in you feels really unworthy of getting your way. And I really want to inspire as many people as possible to think differently, not just of yourself, but that you deserve this. You deserve to live a full life, and it's not unfair, or if it's not too much. It's, in fact, you're not dreaming big enough. All right, you need to dream bigger and then make those goals that you have now like so small, right? But you need to have access to this divine power that you need to make yourself familiar with. Okay, this is where you source your inspirations. This is where your energy lies. You have such unlimited potential. Telepathy is just the beginning of it. You have so much help. This SP will be wrapped around your finger for fucking life if you wanted to. It's the whole, yes, growing up a certain way and being a people pleaser, so much so now you're not offering yourself the best treatment in the form of manifestations, but let me guess, everybody else comes before you, right? And you feel bad even for, I don't know, if somebody fucks you over, you really still care for them. You need to change that. You need to be more about yourself. Again, not in a narcissistic way, but in a more self-loving way. Like, it's okay for me to get my way. All right? It's okay for me to live out my dreams. It's okay for me to have my fucking SP. Yeah, how you like me now? Jenny says, "You're gorgeous." Oh, you're so sweet. You're gorgeous. Thank you. All right. So my last thought. That's not gonna, never gonna happen. My last note, I should say. You're always swimming in the soup of thoughts. Okay, so this goes for people particularly, and I've encountered lots of those, okay, because I've been you, all right? I can relate. The thoughts that you choose in the process of your day, make them your good companions. Don't choose the thoughts that terrify you, that give you anxiety, that remind you of mama drama panorama. Don't give yourself this anxiety. Start choosing thoughts that are friends. Again, make friends with your dreams more than the heavy duty fears, and they're ultimately liars. They're ultimately like hanging on to you for dear life, like all toxic people do, like vampires and bloodsuckers. Say no. Say no. You don't get my energy. I'm more invested in my dreams and goals. So whenever, a thought comes over, and it's kind of like you're the bouncer at the club, and you say, "What are you all about? What's the thought?" And literally in my coaching, I ask people, sometimes it's very useful to write out your thoughts, just to look at them on paper. And then it's kind of becomes obvious. Well, it's no wonder if I'm thinking these things, like the apparitions in my life. This is the replica. So, but get to know these thoughts and choose your companions in the form of thought forms wisely, like literally like a bouncer. Hey, you don't get to come in anymore. I'm not inviting you to the club. The club is a very meticulously, specifically designed for my success. And therefore, if you're coming in with bullshit, you're not fucking invited anymore. All right? Be this kind of deliberate. All right. So know your power. Know you can command anything into anybody's mind instantaneously. So they will get the thought transmission today that you will write out and instruct them to do. Are you able to keep it up? Are you able to be committed, you yourself? Are you able to be committed to this guy or girl being this way now towards you? Blow your mind, freak yourself out. What is the highest that you can go in frequency thinking about this person? And start thinking of them deliberately this way. I'm telling you, the miracles that are going to happen in your life is going to be mind blowing. It's not going to happen overnight, but although it could, you will see some deviation from the normal, the old normal. And you'll be like, this is interesting. Maybe Anna is not full of shit after all. I'm not full of shit. Don't worry. All of this has been tested. Okay. Unlike some coaches, I come with a lot of practice of my own. And everything I teach, I have experienced in my life. And I have taught so many thousands of people that if you're just precise and disciplined with it, the discipline I cannot give you. I can give you the knowledge, the tools, how to implement it into your life. But the discipline, you really need to be, you need to rationalize your energy into the right department, right direction. But the fact that you have this power over your SP right now is undeniable. You can make it happen tonight. A text message, anything, absolutely anything into the right direction. You yourself, again, I want to stress, need to stay committed. I have decided, whatever the decision is, whether we're getting married, you obviously want to be together with this person, right? So if it's a done deal, if it's a decision of a monumental kind, and you decided, listen, I want to be with this person and this person wants to be with me. I'm sticking with this narrative. I'm sticking with this energy. And that's the only energy I send. Watch what's going to happen with no resentment attached, with no nothing. Try to work it out. Again, this is why I offer coaching. 'Cause it's hard to do it on by yourself. You will become supremely unfuckable with. You will become the master magician. You will blow your own mind. But this was always possible for you. It just becomes a matter of discipline again. Jenny says Anna is beyond wise. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Sorry you had to wait an hour. I apologize for that. Go rewatch. Big thumbs up and big subscribe. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Lavender's Lies. I'll always love to see you in my lives. Until next time. Ciao, ciao. Big kiss. Ciao, ciao.